The 2013 NFL Combine is in the books. Hello, everybody. I am Bill Enright. He is Todd DeVries, the college football geek. And Todd, with the Combine wrapped up, it's time to start looking at some of the players who didn't perform up to expectations. We got to start it off with Notre Dame linebacker Manti Te'O.
Manti Te'O, Bill. The drama continues to unfold. It started out the beginning of the weekend with a highly publicized press conference. He did okay during that monster session. Did you see all the cameras in his face? Get used to it, Manti. Yeah. He did okay there. He was very trained, very calculated. Didn't really answer any questions, but he didn't really have to. They all wanted to see what he did on the field. And then the 40 time, Bill, he did not impress. A 4.82 40 is not going to help his draft stock whatsoever.
Right.
But what I didn't like, Bill, was his excuses afterwards. Yeah. Talked about the pressure he's been under recently. Hey, everyone's under pressure at the Combine, buddy. So we'll see. He put even more pressure on himself for his pro day coming up next month, but he did not impress this week. Hopefully, for his sake, he did well in the behind-the-scenes interviews because everything else was very ordinary.
Todd, let's move over to the defensive tackle out of Utah. Big expectations heading in, Star Lotulelei, but not so much coming out because he had this problem with his heart.
Feel bad for this guy, Bill. This guy was kind of a consensus mock draft top 5 guy. And we were all looking forward to his Combine, kind of see him in person. We didn't all watch a lot of Utah games, let's be honest.
Right.
And then they did some of the medical tests this weekend, and they found that he had a left ventricle problem in his heart that they need further testing on. So maybe it'll turn out to be nothing at all, but you don't want some sort of health risk to pop up in this critical juncture of your NFL early career. So hopefully all is well with Star Lotulelei. But right now, we carefully put him in the loser category. To be determined. Hopefully he can turn things around and get back out in the field soon.
Another consensus top 5 pick was Luke Joeckel. What happened to him?
Well, Bill, if you're a possible number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft, in my view, you better be spectacular.
Got to blow everyone out of the water.
He didn't really blow anyone out of the water. He didn't have a terrible performance.
Right.
He just kind of looked, good, not great. But more importantly, some of his competition gained some ground on him, specifically Eric Fisher out of Central Michigan, kind of beat him in all the measurables. So Luke Joeckel's got a little bit of explaining to do, and I don't think he's going to drop out of the top 5 or anything like that. But he doesn't really come across as a consensus, no-brainer, number 1 overall guy.
How about the running back spot, Todd? We got a little bit spoiled last year. Trent Richardson, Doug Martin, Alfred Morris all had great rookie seasons. What about this year's running back class? You were pretty unimpressed with their performances at the Combine.
Yeah, we kind of expected it, Bill. We don't really see a lot of elite running backs in this draft class. I like a couple of them. Keep an eye on Andre Ellington from Clemson. Keep an eye on Giovanni Bernard from North Carolina. But there aren't a lot of explosive guys that just burst off the page. And this weekend, especially if you're looking at the 40 times, Bill, not a lot to get excited about. 2 guys that really performed poorly in the 40. Monte Ball from Wisconsin, a 4.66 40. And Stephon Taylor, a guy I really like from Stanford. More of a grinder, more of a pounder. But he ran a 4.76. I mean, that's almost Manti Te'O territory, Bill.
Yeah.
So the running backs, I don't see any of them going in the first round this year. Maybe someone sneaks into early second round, but not a great draft for running backs, at least in the early rounds of the NFL draft.
All right, Todd, thanks for all the help. You want more NFL draft coverage? Check out collegefootballgeek.com and footballnation.com.